Hey guys, the producers part two. Haven't made a movie review in a long time, but I gotta make one for this. Just got back from seeing Godzilla. This was the greatest monster movie ever made. Oh my god, I was so blown away by this movie. I have seen a lot of remakes in my life, and I've hated them all because they've been all cheesy, phony, really tacky. This was nothing like that. This was just so unbelievably made. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. I mean, it was just absolutely, oh my God. Gareth Edwards, the director for Godzilla, did a phenomenal job with this movie. From Aaron Tyler Johnson to C.J. Adams to Ken Watanabe to Bryan Cranston to Elizabeth Olsen, everybody was perfect in this movie. It was unbelievable. Godzilla was revamped in a way that I never would have imagined he would be. He looked a little bit bigger, which is okay because he's supposed to be big anyways, but they got every single thing right down to the iconic scream. It was perfect. The way he fought and the cinematography. I could go on and on and on and on and on. I loved, the reason why I love this movie so much is because the feel. They made this movie really emotional. Not emotional. Well, I mean, there was some tear-jerking scenes in it. I won't lie, and it stayed so true to the 1954 original version of Godzilla, and that's what blew me away. They stayed true to the original storyline, and they completely changed it around to what it would be in a modern-day sense, and they just nailed it. Absolutely phenomenal. The cinematography was incredible. The CGI was incredible. The special effects were amazing. The monsters that they had were not cheesy looking. It made you feel like this was actually happening. The way they shot this made it feel like this was actually happening. This puts the 1998 movie to shame, the 2000 version to shame, made Cloverfield look like fucking Winnie the Pooh. It was, oh my God, unbelievable. I have rarely walked out of a movie and have been able to say, this was one of the greatest movies ever made, besides Star Wars. This is one of the greatest movies ever made. This movie deserves 4 stars because this movie was absolutely well written. It was well produced. The cinematography was amazing. And what I loved about it was they were able to focus on the human storylines that were going on during the movie while the monsters were fighting, but still be able to sit the screenshots for Godzilla too. And the way the cinematography was shot, oh my God, so epic. The way they had Godzilla come out of the dust of debris in the city, and you saw a shadow go up, and that face just emerges out of there. It's just like, oh my God, it drives an inner beast out of you. But it reminded me a little bit of Pacific Rim, but that's okay because Pacific Rim was pretty good. But this took Pacific Rim and turned it into an absolutely kick-ass monster movie that will be a classic from years to come. I am so glad they got Bryan Cranston in this because he is going to be a part of a legendary movie. This was just absolutely phenomenal. I have rarely seen movies like this that have blown me away, and this movie just absolutely shocked me to my core. It is an absolutely beautiful work of art. It is a phenomenal piece of cinematography. It was just, oh my God. If you haven't seen this movie, folks, you have to see it. There's one specific scene in it that really actually started getting me choked up, and not because I was crying because it was sad, just because so many emotions were coming at me because I was just thinking to myself, I was just thinking to myself, this was my childhood. I grew up watching Godzilla. I watched him when he was fighting King Ghidorah, and I was watching when he was fighting Mothra, and I grew up with Ultraman, which led into the Godzilla series, and I just was, oh my God, I was just so blown away. I was just so blown away by this movie, and the scene when Godzilla is about to fight the Mojado, or I think the Mojado, yeah, the flying beast. When they're about to fight, there's a brief little pause, and you can tell they're about to rumble because they're one side of the city and the other side of the city, and they're about to go at it, and from the flying scenes coming in, attacking Godzilla, and just phenomenal. One of the best movies this summer. I think it's one of the best movies that's ever been made, monster movie wise. In fact, in my opinion, this is the greatest monster movie ever made. This made the original Godzilla look like a footnote. This made King Kong look like an action figure stop motion film. This made Godzilla 1998 look like an animated TV show on Nickelodeon. This was just absolutely one of the most phenomenal movies ever made. And to Gareth Edwards, please keep making movies, dude. Keep making movies. This was incredible. This was absolutely a flat-out box office smash. You got a great thing going here, buddy. You got a great thing going. This was amazing. I recommend it for kids up to 13 years old, even past that. Bring kids that are 10. They'll love this movie. Everybody will love this movie. If you're a true Godzilla fan and you love the Godzilla franchise like I do, this movie stays true to the franchise. It's well written. It's well shot. The cinematography is just dead on. Phenomenal movie. 4 stars right there. I give it 4 stars out of 4 stars because this movie absolutely deserves all the credit it's getting right now. And to movies like Neighbors, Oz, and especially the new X-Men United movie coming out, fucking forget it, baby. This year's movie has been made, it has been released, and Godzilla, once again, is king of all monsters in the monster universe. Producers Part 2, leave your thoughts, leave your views, let me know what you think. This movie was amazing. See it. You will not regret it. It's worth $7. It's worth $10. I'd pay $20 to see that movie. Absolutely phenomenal piece of film. Great movie.